Amanda. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Thanks for taking some time every day to hang out with me. Today's video, we are testing out and reviewing the Child palette by ColourPop Cosmetics. I am completely obsessed with this packaging. Totally sucked me in, but the color story even more. I think it just hits the child on the head. That sounded bad, but it really just nailed the child's color story and theme. I would love to see them expand a little bit more on Star Wars, which would be nice because I'm just a huge nerd and love Star Wars. We had like a droid collection, which I got my BB-8 hoodie on today, R2-D2 palette, like just a whole droids line. And then I guess you could do like a Rebel, a Jedi, a Sith, whatever it may be. Unleash your inner nerd. I think there's a lot of potential there, so I'm just really excited to finally test out this palette. It has been sitting here for a little bit of time now, but this video is also in collaboration with my fellow NC sister Riri. Definitely check her out if you haven't already. But if you're visiting from her channel, welcome. Thank you so much for checking me out. I hope you subscribe and give this video a like before you leave. Make sure you watch to the end because there could be a surprise for you. So I actually only have my brows filled in today. I have a couple of new products I wanted to test out, and as I was filling in my brows, I was thinking, dang girl, your skin be looking dry. So I skin prepped it with Paula's Choice and a 4th Ray Beauty Milk. And then I'm still gonna put my face through these two new products, which are the No Filter Primer and Setting Spray by ColourPop. I think these are supposed to be mattifying, if I'm not mistaken, but I had ordered them along with the Child palette. Honestly, it's because I needed free shipping and there were new products from ColourPop. I was curious, and I have some other new products I just want to play with, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video creating a look with me using the palette. And this is what the inside of the palette looks like. Precious Cargo, right hand Mando, just like a Tatooine. Sipping Soup, Babyface, The Force. Little Frog, Float Your Crib, Droid Protocol. And this is what the entire palette looks like swatched. Overall, I am super stoked because I have been loving green eyeshadow so much lately. And I also think that this palette is beautiful for the fall. I am just loving towards like the end of the palette, like the more grungier side. But we also have like these really pretty shimmers right here. There are so many different color combinations I want to try. But of course, we'll see what the hand decides to do. There's pigment all the way through. Everything felt really soft and creamy, like the standard ColourPop formula, how it's consistent amongst all the different palettes. Honestly, aside from the packaging, that's what sucks me into a lot of the ColourPop releases. You know what you're getting, what you pay for. Everything is pretty consistent. Nothing has really disappointed me, and I find myself wanting or buying all the different collections. Even if I have something similar in my collection already, it's just because I really do enjoy the ColourPop formula a lot, and I just feel like I have to have it in my collection because I know it's something good and it's something I'm gonna reach for and constantly use. We are going to kick things off with the No Filter Primer. Comes in a little squeezy tube component, and this is what it looks like. It definitely has like that tacky feel to it. It reminds me a lot of the Benefit Professional, which I really like for pore filling. I do have to mix that primer with a hydrating one because of my dry skin. So far, this one feels pretty nice on the face. I'm glad that I did skin prep beforehand. Definitely has that tacky feeling, so hopefully foundation will be gripping really good to it. My only concern is looking dried out, needing some water like SpongeBob. And then we're gonna take the Rare Beauty foundation. Not gonna lie, I am pretty obsessed with Selena Gomez's makeup line. It really took me by surprise. I have a full face testing out the brand already on my channel. I will link that video in case if you missed it. I keep finding myself reaching for not only the foundation, the concealer. If you followed me for some time now, you probably know that I don't really like concealer. It's just a step that I find myself skipping just because of how it makes my under eyes look. I have super dry under eyes, so they're very prone to caking, all the stuff I don't want concealer to look. Now I gotta say, with the Rare Beauty line, it was a little challenging to shade match. In my full face review, this is not the foundation shade that I use. It pulled a lot more orange in the video. Oh, it was so uncomfortable taking a thumbnail photo. I'm like, I am orange. I am an Oompa Loompa. No, thank you. So this is the shade down. And even then, I feel like it's still maybe a little too dark, especially with like the winter time happening right now. So I feel like I could have maybe gone down a couple more shades. The only reason why I didn't is because this has a neutral undertone, and I definitely pulled more on the neutral side than the pink, peach, or yellow. But I really enjoyed this coverage. It's not full coverage, it's not sheer coverage. I really like how it's more of the in-between, like a true in-between medium coverage. And because I mentioned it, we are gonna add some concealer. Now this concealer does look pretty bright and doesn't look like that it will go well with this foundation, but it blends out really nice. And the other thing I like about this concealer, and I can't recall if it claims to be hydrating or not, I find it to be quite hydrating. And you can feel it on the touch. I only put like a little under my under eyes for the discoloration. It blends out really nice because this side was chilling. And then I'm going to be setting with these two powders. This is the Becca Hydrate Loose Powder and then the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten Foundation. This has lost its cooling effect. I've had it for so long in my collection. I tend to skip around on my powders. And since this isn't a banana powder, kind of forgot about this. I love banana powder, but when this has the cooling effect, I really like this. I really like it for my under eyes, especially. And then we are working through this powder. I'm so proud. I've had this probably for a while now too from my collection. Need to get back on track. Project Panning 2021. I was updating my YouTube info section and I was chuckling because it said Project Panning and low buys are goals for 2020. I haven't stuck to either of those. 2021, do-over. I think we all need a do-over in 2021. Just a quick recap on this primer. I think it was a really nice combination with the foundation. Again, I still am a little concerned being a dry gal that I picked this up, and we'll definitely see how this wears through the remainder of the video, if we start seeing some areas starting to crack up or cake up. But I did skin prep before, so I hope that works out in our favor. Quickly gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Potion Primer. This is almost done. There's like a little bit left in this tube. See? There's a little bit there. It's not ready to be completely panned out yet. I might need to cut the tube for like 1 or 2 more uses, and then it can be declared pan, which that was one of my original Project Pan items, along with that Laura Geller Balance and Brighten. I'm gonna start out with Droid Protocol. I wasn't sure if I wanted to start with Float Your Child or Droid Protocol. I don't know where I'm going with this at all, to be perfectly honest. Like I said, I had so many ideas, and this is what the hand decided to go with. Oh, that's a pretty shade. A little bit of kick up, but hopefully just like a Tatooine will help us fluff this out, because I definitely see this being a shade that needs to be diffused out a bit, but it's building up quite nice. Realize I've been saying this shade wrong. It's just a Tatooine. Might be. And I'm just going to take this shade to help diffuse a little bit of harshness we may have going on, but everything seems to be blending out okay so far. I love how pigmented and blender friendly that ColourPop shadows can be. And I think I'm going to take Float Your Crib next for the outer V. really like that color that these two shades made coming together. And then Sipping Soup is gonna go all over the lid. Next, I'm going to take the LA Girl Shockwave Liner in the shade Gotcha. And then going back into Float Your Crib for the lower lash. I'm going to take my Kiss Infused Glue eyeliner on my lid, and then I'm going to apply these Zola lashes in the style Caliente. Every time I go to say a style of lash, I always say shade because I'm just so used to that with the different shades of eyeshadow or face products. This is actually one of my current favorite pairs of lashes. I got it in my November lashy box. I'll link that video as well for reference. And as I was applying the lash, I realized I am jumping ahead of myself. I forgot to pack on inner corners. So that's why I kind of put the lash a little bit further off to the corner, fan out a little bit more. That way I can pack on some inner corner. Definitely feel like this lash is bringing things together though. I'm loving it. I know it looks a little strange with like the bright green on the waterline, but I am living for it. I kind of wanted to do more of a grunge look with this palette because I was seeing a lot of beautiful monochromatic greens, but I was so drawn to that bottom row. I'm like, we gotta go grunge. We're going to take Precious Cargo for the inner corners. I was really tied between Right Hand Mando and the Force. I was just afraid that it might blend in too much with Sipping Soup. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good choice. I'm worried that I might need to spray this. Let's try it without. Yeah, that was my fear. It's definitely a shade that needs to be built up. I also think if I had a clean brush, it would have helped play a role as well. But wetting it seemed to help significantly. And then some mascara and eyeliner for my upper waterline. For bronzer, I'm going to take this one by number 7. Definitely an underrated bronzer, if you ask me. I really do enjoy it. I need to use it a little bit more. I'd like to pan this eventually. It's been here for some time now. It's hard panned on me though. Does that count for something? I'm going to take this cream blush from Fenty. This is from their holiday set in the shade Fenty Glow. Oh, that's the highlighter. Duh. the blush. Wow. But it's also called Fenty Glow. And this is what the shade looks like. Going to take my trusty duo fiber brush and we're just gonna lightly tap in, grab some product. This is my second cream blush. Bear with me with the learning curve. Oh, I do see a little bit of a glow going on. It's like a really nice natural shade of blush. Oh yes. I could see myself going through this real quick. It's definitely emphasizing texture too. Having like the worst stress acne breakout. There's a hair tickling me. And this eye is starting to water. Seriously, not my week. Explains all of the stress acne we have going on. And this is what the glitter looks like. Hopefully that my traditional highlighting brush will be okay. Ooh, yes. I think that this is one of my favorite cream blush shades so far because it's one that I see myself reaching for like every day. It can go with dramatic looks like what we have on. It would look so pretty with natural looks. This highlight is not overwhelming, it's just enough. It's not taking anything away from the cheeks. For lips, I'm gonna take the ColourPop Bullet Lipstick in the shade Slow Dance. I don't want something too bold to take away from the eye look because I want that to be the focal point, so maybe more on like the neuter side as I hit my tooth. And then lastly, set the face with the No Filter setting spray. Definitely felt like I was spraying for a while, and it has a very narrow spray radius, but it doesn't feel as mattifying. Now, I used the Morphe mattifying spray. It was like instant dryness, which it actually looks like it gave my forehead like a dewy finish. I think it was not that I planned this, but a smarter idea to use more cream on my cheeks. That way they don't look nearly as dried out as opposed to using powder. Not completely in love with this right now. I think I like the primer a little bit more. Quick recap on this palette. I absolutely loved it. I really like this look. It's probably not your traditional color combination that you would choose for this palette. My original idea was to really focus in on the greens on the crease and lid area, and then Droid Protocol being on the lower lash line. So I really like the approach of doing it a little bit more flip. I definitely see myself reaching for this palette more and more. It's a palette I know I don't want to pan too soon. It was one that I honestly was like, I really don't want to touch it quite yet. I made a comment on Riri's video and she was like, collab, and I'm like, it's gonna force me to use this palette, which is good because I'm notorious buying things for packaging. And if you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. Riri appreciates you. She is giving away a child palette on her channel. So if you missed out or were unable to purchase a child palette, you have the opportunity to now. All you gotta do is be subscribed to both of our channels. So if you're already subscribed to me, check out Riri. Her channel will be in the description below. I'll try to pin a comment as well so it's easy access to go to her channel and subscribe. Please make sure that you are a public subscriber because we will be checking on both of her channels to make sure that the winner is subscribed to both. And then you must comment below that you want to be entered in the giveaway. Please leave a method of contact, whether it's your email, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be. That way we can get in contact with you in case if you are the winner. I'm very excited that one of you guys have the chance of winning this. You got to see my look. Don't forget to check out Riri's look too. I'm really excited to see what her take was. I would love to know if you guys picked up the child palette. What are some of your favorite color combinations? And if you didn't pick it up, is it on your wish list? Don't forget to enter the giveaway for your chance of getting one. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And if you don't, I appreciate your view anyways, and I'll see you in the next video.